Right straight forward is the bayou that is causing this area the most flooding.
Hello?
This appears to be a rescue boat. Citizens going out trying to rescue people. They're near a bayou that they say is causing flooding.
Coming off the roofs onto our boats.
It's deep.
Let's go back. We go back in.
Now look at that. Look at how high up on the first floor these places are flooded. This is incredible. If you live on the first floor, you can't be there. That water is several feet up on the first floor of these places. That's the biggest flooding I've seen in terms of first floor flooding yet.
Hello?
There's an airboat. How many do y'all have?
Hello? How many y'all need?
How many more do you need?
You good?
You can get out there, babe.
Okay.
You can get out. Follow them. No, never mind. You don't want behind that. We were informed that most of these people were told not to evacuate, to not clutter up the road. We've had several children, animals.
She just said they heard that most of these people were told not to evacuate so they wouldn't clutter up the roads. Guys, and just to clarify what's going on here, these are not authorities. These are civilians. People's first floors are flooded and there's no one around to help them. It's just, I think there's just, the authorities are just overwhelmed, and this is what has to happen. This is what ends up happening. It's incredible.
They're probably in those. Several of these are under construction, so the Coast Guard told them to go higher, but they couldn't go higher. Some people we picked up had been waiting since 9 a.m. David, there were people in that building when we came. There's a fence, honey. Go through that over there. There's cars. There's a... Okay. All right. There's a fence. We're going over... Yeah. There's a fence. I told you there was a fence. You didn't listen.
They just rode the boat over a fence. That's how high the water is.
I warned you of the fence way back there. There's an entranceway. There's a car underwater right here.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, we can give you a comedy act while we were trying to find people.
Jeez.
How many people are over there? David, let's go back to that and bring more coffee. Yeah, many people have been asking if they want to add more boats, but right now there's kind of no game plan. We were evacuating people out of the Omni, so people who do have boats that want to come help, they do need help, but there's no, it's better to have people in the light. How many more? We're gonna go back over here where we were getting people earlier.
Right down this road.
I know that people that are commenting on here that want to come down to me, or down, not to me, to help, they say that Katie is getting hit hard. They were asking if we would leave here because we're fixing to get hit with a storm here. That if we would leave here and go to Katie. So Katie is also needing help with boats. Yes, Kristen, I can talk to you.
is just stunning video here we're seeing. Real quick, I just want to point out, she said Katy, Texas is supposedly getting, it's a suburb west of Houston. It supposedly has gotten hit really hard, and who knows what's going on here. We haven't seen much video from there that I recall. Let's get back to this.
Babe, flash your lights. This whole parking lot. This has been where we've gotten most of our people picked up. This is so very sad to see these people so terrified. How many do y'all have?
I hope we get this stream back.
Do y'all need picked up? Okay. Are y'all needing picked up?
Yeah.
How many?
No, we have 2 people.
Okay, that's fine.
But, what we're trying to do, we're trying to get to the apartment complex because our daughter isn't there.
Which one? Where is it off of?
It's on a Bracewood and it's on, an uphill?
Okay, wait, that means we just go right? That's where that original guy told us to go.
It's just straight ahead between Chimney Rock and Mullins Street, the small street Mullins. We have our 2-year-old there. We got cut off.
That's where that officer asked us to go earlier, was to Mullins Street, the opposite direction. Yeah, we can try. If y'all can hurry and load up.
Yeah, we're ready. We're looking for someone who can help. So
okay.
We're gonna run down in a second.
Okay. We have more boats also. So there's 2 more boats.
Yeah, I mean, it's for us. I'm not sure about anyone else when it's helping here. I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
But,
so it's only y'all 2 left?
Yeah, it's 2 us and a cat.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's people in here, but no one. Yeah.
Nobody wants to leave. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hurry because there is a storm coming, so we're trying to get as many people to get off.
It's like 5 minutes over here.
Okay. People in need of help, but like I said, they were wanting to get us out of the water here and to Katy. So the people that are planning on bringing boats down tomorrow, y'all might want to see who's in Katy that needs help. Originally told us to go down to Mullins Street.
Yeah.
There's people down there. They have a daughter they need to go get. So when we get this family, we're going to go down to Mullins Street.
Sounds good. We've got, hold on real quick.
Ah! There's a tree.
We've got 1 on board and 3 coming down.
Okay.
How many do you have?
We have none right now. We're going to go get that family, then head to Mullins.
Okay, gotcha. I thought for some reason you said you had some.
These are just private citizens doing this because they want to do it. That's who's doing this stuff. This stuff that could be saving lives. There's no authorities around to do it. It's just private citizens doing it. It's just incredible.
They went up here to get some stuff. There's 3 of them, 2 and 10, and then their 2-year-old daughter's on the other side of the road. We're going to try and get them. Y'all are going to get them?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all need help getting on. Y'all need help getting those people.
TJ, do y'all have enough room on your boat for everybody here? They have enough room on that boat.
Do they need help right
No,
now?
I would say follow us to Mullins because that's originally where the officer wanted everybody to go.
Okay, we'll follow y'all.
But it's that. What?
Where's that?
Yes. Yes, it's off. There's Knobbers Hill or something like that. I don't.
We'll have to turn right here and go down this road.
Yeah, turn this way down Frameway because that's where the bayou is up there.
Hey, there's somebody with a flashing light.
That's him. We're waiting on a...
Coming down right here.
Yeah, their daughter is stranded. When we originally got here, the officers asked us to go right towards Mullins. Apparently there are people still down there that they couldn't get to. So we're trying to get down there. They have a daughter stranded down there. They all were staying. There's only these people left down here that we're waiting because they're going to show us how to get there. But the officer said take a right instead of how we went left under 610. Take a right and it'll be, there's like a knob hill, and then the next, and that's at Crestwood, and he said where Mullins is, those apartments are needing somebody. Yeah, I know, we got about 20 from down here. Okay, we're gonna get, they know where they're at. Sorry, they know where they're at, so that's why we're waiting on them. It's a couple and I think an animal.
Hey, can we borrow that wire again?
Yeah, if I can find it.
Oh, good.
Y'all got to find it. It might get deep right there. Right in the middle of the road.
Let me speed up. It's a little shallow.
There, I'm just going right up to you. You can look in here. I might take it to 2 o'clock in the morning. That rain.
Where are y'all from?
5-gallon bucket about
Weatherford,
3-4
Texas.
times.
Weatherford, Texas? Yeah, we came from Austin. Yeah, I think they pulled out all of the locals. It's all volunteers now.
Now they have to shut down after dark.
That's what we've been...
That after they took their boat.
Yeah, there's one right off of Braeswood under 610 that's flipped. Do y'all need picked up? Okay, we'll be there in just a minute. That's that couple down there, babe.
I just want to say again, it's incredible. There are clearly people who do need to be picked up and need to be rescued. And the people doing this are just citizens with boats who've decided to go out at, midnight and just do this on their own. And I'm sure the authorities are just overwhelmed, but it's upsetting to see a situation where somehow it's happened that these Americans need help and there's just nobody around to help them. Not a soul. They're just in this dark apartment complex that's surrounded by water and there's just no one to help them. And these citizens are helping them, and it's upsetting. By the way, this should be reported. And I'm not blaming anyone in particular, but that this is actually going on is just, it's upsetting, and it's important to see that this is what's going on.
Yeah, Yes, we'll pull up, and then you won't have to be in the water.
Okay. I mean, we have boots, so it's not that bad.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna say it because it'll go over your boots. That's why. Yeah, I'm gonna grab your cat. Hold on 1 second.
And just know also, if you hear anyone from any level of government say, everything went perfect, we were totally prepared, blah, 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 I think you can remember this video and know that that's not exactly the case.
I know. Okay, yeah, no, if y'all want to wait, I'll come get your cat.
Careful.
I'll walk down this ridge right here. Step right into the ridge.
Absolutely unbelievable video, this video.
There you go. Just walk your feet. Okay. And you said your daughter's off of Mullins?
Yeah, Mullins and Bracewood.
Okay, yeah.
There's a small
You're
apartment
welcome.
complex in there.
Yeah, just walk your feet and hold on to the rail and we'll help you in the boat.
Is that where y'all want dropped off at?
Yeah. We want to be with daughter.
Oh, I understand that completely.
No, will ya? Sorry about the water. No, you can sit right there.
What about you?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to sit right here.
Thank you, guys. Thank
You're
you.
good. And your cat's okay right here, right? Yeah. Okay.
What's the easiest way to get there?
Just straight across.
Straight and right. You just go straight.
Where we came from, babe, through that light.
This is crazy, huh? Out there. We were like here stuck since Saturday. We can get out. Oh.
The guy just said we've been here stuck since Saturday. They've been waiting to get out of there for like a day and a half. And this is how they ended up getting out.
We're here since the beginning. We didn't even think we're gonna be able to reunite. I mean, without it. She's 2 years, almost 2 years.
Who is she with over there?
Her grandmother. So.
Grandma, okay.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
were like, oh my goodness.
She's fine, but I mean, we just really want to be next to her.
Oh, no, right.
Yeah,
It
because
definitely.
who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow? And,
Right. Oh, so when the rain started, y'all got stranded over
yeah,
here.
we got,
Couldn't get to y'all.
yeah, we got
Oh
stuck
my
here.
goodness.
I had a car and we got cut off in the middle here.
Oh my
All the
goodness.
streets just got flooded and we couldn't. I mean, we just couldn't get out. It's horrible.
I'm so glad. Oh, he has a spotlight. You're good. No, you're okay. I just didn't want you to kill your battery.
Oh my God.
Yeah, y'all are about the. We've been all over this area. There's some people that their last minute. A bunch of the volunteers are starting to get a little freaked out because we're watching the radar and we have a storm blowing in on top of us. So we're not wanting to be caught out, be taken. Earlier we got caught in one storm blowing through and we were taking on other water than we could shovel out.
By the way, she just said a bunch of the volunteers who are out there in their boats, they're concerned because they just saw, they know a storm is coming in on radar, I guess, and they don't want to be out in their boats when the storm comes in. So they're getting really worried about it. They're just boating down the roads. That's what they're doing.
We're on Racewood.
So much water in here.
Yeah.
God. This is crazy. because of the bayou?
Yes, it does cause us more of a danger because of the swift water actually going down the bayou. When it's a street, it's kind of just slowly flowing, but when it's the actual bayou, earlier we had a gentleman needing us. His brother was abandoned that had cerebral palsy, and we were trying to get to him, but if we would have tried to cross, the bayou would have sucked us under the bridge.
Oh wow.
And so that's why many of them won't come this way, because it runs so close to the bayou.
Yeah. There's a possible way to go around, like when in the streets. I mean, if you guys want not straight up next to bayou,
Right.
if it helps. But you can go almost any street goes that way.
Yeah.
So like Beachland, for example, is right like parallel with the Bracewood, and it's much farther than
Right, it is, and it's like over by Ross and Coney Island, kind of.
Yeah.
Over there, it is. You stuck up some grass. Okay.
And this is horrible in here. I never saw this kind of thing before.
I'm just glad we can get y'all back to y'all's daughter. I could not imagine not being near a 2-year-old. He's got it. Babe, there's a pole. Okay, thought he had it.
Man.
Yeah, we've been. It should be right up here, babe.
No, it's gonna be past this line and then past another line. So it's 2 more blocks. Okay.
They said it's 2 more blocks. I know. I thought he saw the pole. Just like I thought he saw the fence earlier that we did. I'm glad y'all are.
Hopefully this will come back. We'll give it a second. It got interrupted before, so I'll just wait for a second. Absolutely incredible video. Just amazing. I hope they come back. They haven't ended the stream yet, so, but you know, showing this kind of stuff, that's a big part of the reason we cover this stuff and do what we do. Because that what you're seeing here is, I mean, if you want to know what's going on in Houston, I defy you to do better than the last 20 or 25 minutes we've just watched. And you'll never see that on a mainstream media, big media company. I'll tell you that. Just we'll never see it. You'll never see it uncut like that anywhere. Also, let's keep waiting and see. So I mean, honestly, it's our privilege to be able to bring that video to more people and let them see it. And if that's not what news coverage should be, I don't know what is, honestly. Hopefully they get their stream back. We'll keep watching for it. We're not going away from this. We'll keep an eye out.
It's so much. What? What is it? Cars floating.
Have you been to that area before, or is this the first time?
No, we've.
All right. Well, that was an incredible video. An incredible video. And so we just saw an amazing rescue. We saw citizens, and there were more than, I mean, we saw that boat, but that was an apartment complex. The first floor of the apartment complex was flooded. It looked about halfway up, 5-6 feet up or something, at least 4 or 5 feet up. Unlivable. That was the biggest flooding of a first floor I had seen yet all day in footage. And it was just dark there. And these people needed to be rescued there and were stuck there. And the people who were doing it were just individuals who had boats, and they'd organized like this, let's pick up these people service. And it wasn't even quick. Like, that boat ride took a while. We probably were watching that video for like 45 minutes or an hour, but like, it wasn't like, oh, pick them up from here and drop them 5 minutes away. I mean, just to save a couple people took a long time. So it was just incredible to see those people giving their own, courageous people being out there in dangerous conditions, giving their efforts to saving other people. They weren't getting paid for it, I don't believe. So that was incredible. On the others, and just to see it and see the conditions people were in. When they picked up those people, they said, we've been waiting for Saturday for help, but it doesn't appear that there was any help in the area at all. It was just like, it was almost spooky. It was a apartment complex surrounded by water, with no way to really get out of there. I mean, there were cars that boat went under, so you couldn't get out of there. You couldn't swim out of there. I mean, you could try, I guess, swimming through that disgusting water, but you couldn't walk out of there. And people were just stuck there at night, and it was incredible. And then on the flip side of the very noble actions of the people who were in that boat, running that boat, it is very distressing to me to see those people had no help. There was no help for them. It was just like no police. I'll say this. I've been watching footage nonstop all day. I haven't seen one. I don't think I have seen one police boat. We've seen numerous neighborhoods where people were out on their front walks or in the water and worried, and just no authorities. And I'm not, look, it's just a sheer numbers. I'm guessing the number of people who need help so outnumber the amount of, authorities there. But I think it's important to be honest about what goes on here, because you want to prevent it the next time. And to me, it's unacceptable to have a situation when so many people are in such great need and there's no one around to help them from the government. I mean, that's what the government does. And so what I hope, like, that video should be in like a congressional investigation of what happened in Houston. Like, how can we they should look at it and say, how can we prevent this from having to happen? Now, I don't know what the solution is. Maybe the solution is evacuate more people from Houston, but it's very disturbing to me to just know that there's all these people out there and who have no help. Now, those people who got rescued, they were lucky, although they were lucky after a day and a half of waiting. But for every one of them, I'm sure there are many others. We've seen them today who have said, I called the National Guard, they don't pick up. No one's around to help me, I can't get food. And and maybe you might say, well, they should have evacuated or whatever. But the point is this is happening on a widespread scale. Honestly, something that worries me is if we didn't happen to find that video and show it to you, very few people would have even seen it. And that's a video that deserves to be seen. It's so, I feel like that's a video every American could get something out of watching. So it upsets me, A, that happened, but B, what upsets me is that that person just happened to be streaming, and we just happened to catch it, and we happened to think, yeah, that's something people should see. But it worries me that stuff like that, which should be seen, is probably so much stuff like that goes unseen. And so just don't think when you consume mass media. Mass media certainly has its place, but if you just consume mass media, that video is an example of what you're missing, and you miss so much. And we all miss so much when we read about or hear about any story just through mass media. You're missing so much. So, I'm really happy that we're on the air and covering this to be able to bring you a lot of the videos we've seen today. And some of the videos, you might find the people, you like them or you might not like them, and you might say, like, that person's a jerk or whatever. But these are human stories of people there, and I really don't think you can understand what's going on there. With having sat through and watched these videos today, I don't see how anyone could really understand what's going on there without watching the videos today, because you hear about the people's situations they're in, and you hear we saw that woman before who said, they just told me I needed to evacuate because they told me I should evacuate because they're releasing the flood water. They're releasing the extra water from the reservoir at 2 a.m. But then she said, how am I going to get out of here? The roads are flooded. I have nowhere to go, so I'm not going to evacuate. And then you realize, like, oh my gosh, like, that's really happening. And so these are the stories I'm happy that we've been able to bring you. It bothers me that, meanwhile, the stories that millions and millions of people see because they're on mainstream media are not these stories. They're just not these stories. Mainstream media wouldn't show you uncut video for that long of people just talking. They'd be like, this is boring. Got to cut it down to 2 minutes. That's what or 30 seconds. Even if they had the video, they cut it down to 30 seconds. You know that. But then you miss out on so much. So I like that we can bring you this kind of video, but it bothers me that it's so hard to bring people these kind of videos. And this is news. This is news. That is news. That is way more news than a lot of things you'll see on news TV. Yet it's basically an accident that was got on the air for more than a handful of people to see. And even though all of you watched it, maybe a few, thousands of people will see it maybe, but that's still much less than, if they showed something on CNN or something. So it's upsetting because it just shows you all that you're missing, all that we're all missing it. I miss it about a lot of stuff too. There's so much out there that you miss. So I guess what I would hope personally is if you watch that video, take away from that, that you're always missing so much and that there's stuff out there, and let other people know that. You don't have to say right side's great, but just let other people know, hey, I saw this video on this online channel about what happened in Houston. Oh my gosh, you learned so much and saw all the stuff that was going on. It was raw, it was unfiltered, it was just information, and it taught me so much about what the real situation was like there. And just tell people, look, there's stuff out there, but you got to go out there and find it for yourself. And if more people do that, I think then more people will be better informed about what's going on. And I was telling Joe, our CEO, on the air, before I worked at Right Side, I would stay up late and watch breaking news by myself. And that's the kind of video where before I was working at Right Side, I would have found it myself, and I'd be sitting there at home and I'd be like, oh my God, this is incredible. No one is watching this. It's like me and a few people are watching this. A few people were watching this, and I'd be like, people should see this, but no one's seeing this. And then after the night's over, no one will have seen it, and that's it. That's the end of it. So I do like that we're able to show more people these videos and let them know it's happening.